Welcome to Storytime with Charlie, Donuts for Dads. My daughter was in, I don't know, she'll correct me, but I think it was probably like third grade. And it was Donuts for Dads at the school. So I went, and I have two daughters in school. The other one would have been in first grade. I go the third grade first, and I see my daughter. She's so happy to see me, and I'm so proud to be there. And there's other dads there. I come in to class, sit, Dad, sit here. She gets a chair. I sit next to her desk. And there was a substitute that day, a substitute teacher. Yeah. And that substitute had no clue. That substitute was not able to plan anything for Donuts for Dads Day. So, the other teachers probably planned a project or something, right, to do with the dads. So this teacher is literally up there doing math on the board. And we're spending time with our kids, and we're just doing the math. The kids are trying to get the answers, and it wasn't bad, but she's just like talking to the chalkboard. She wasn't prepared, and I don't blame her, but whatever. We're doing this. So the teacher says, hey, we have some word problems. Maybe you children can work these word problems out with your parents, with your fathers. We're like, great. So she reads a third grade word problem, which, as you know, is a whole nother video because they're not easy to do. So she reads this, and I'm sitting there going, wow, this is pretty tricky. Okay, yeah. I say, the answer is 12. And I tell my daughter, 12. The answer is 12. Well, she goes to raise her hand. Oh, because she wants to be first. I pull her hand down. She says, what, Dad? What? We got the answer. I said, no. It's more fun to watch the other dads try and figure it out than it is to be first. So we sat there for about 3 or 4 or 5 minutes while the other dads are ing, right? And a guy finally raises his hand. Teacher says, hey, we have a winner. What is the answer? He says, 12. I'm like, well, Katie, the guy figured it out. Good for him. He must have a good head for figures or something. So the teacher says, how did you get the answer? And I wish I knew the problem. I remembered it at the time, the word problem, but I've forgotten it since. But the way he did this word problem, the way he came up with the answer was so harebrained that I believed that he got lucky because I almost didn't understand what he did. It was that complicated. So I go back to my pool playing gambling partner, who you will hear about in some of these story times. And he's a very smart dude. And he's a very smart dude in a lot of ways. And with math and with common sense and with life and everything. This guy's just smart. Who's going to be my partner? Okay, an idiot, right? So I tell him, hey, I say, listen to this word problem. I read it to him on the phone. And he says, yep. And he sits there for a minute and goes, yeah, okay. Or 30 seconds, whatever. He says, 12. And I said, yeah, good. I said, now, how did you get that? And he got it the same way the other guy did. And I'm like, no, this is ridiculous. Who thinks like that? Even my partner, who I trust, thinks like that. I'm disturbed right now, thinking there's something wrong with me, okay? So, what do you do when you need to talk to smart people? You go on the Internet Chess Club, because that's where the smart people are. So I go on ICC, and I throw out a question. I need a math professor. Guy named Algebra Genius says, I'm a professor of mathematics in Ontario, Canada, blah, blah, blah. What's your question? I type out the word problem. Basically instantaneously comes back X brackets Y Z minus da, 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 da. I said, okay. I said, I understand that. I said, but these people did it this way. I said, who thinks like that? He said, well, now I'm not just trying to be right, but I at least can sleep at night because he said, your answer was correct because you used one less operation than they did. Okay? It was more elegant in computer programming to speak. I used less code to get my answer, okay? But I wanted to know why. How would anyone even do it like that? Algebra Genius professor at the university said it takes all kinds.